from the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It's high noon and high time that you tuned into the Spirit of Sports, hosted by Brother Richie. The Spirit of Sports is the flagship of the Not Pods family. Not Pods complete archive can be found at Not Pods on YouTube. And now for our host, Brother Richie.
Hey! Aloha and welcome. Brother Richie, the Spirit of Sports brought to you by Not Pods at Not Pods YouTube channel. NOTPODS, one word. Notpods.com. Coming soon. I need some help on that. Let me know, people. The Brother Richie Army is growing slow and steady. This is Tuesday, the day after Christmas, December 26th. Let's get these off. December 26th, Tuesday. We're wrapping up week 16 of the NFL. Just another crazy, awesome, dumbass week in the CIIFL. In case you didn't realize, I'm renaming the NFL. It's CIIFL. Commercials, Injuries, Idiots, Flags League. Because there's nothing but commercials and penalty flags and injuries and idiotic plays. This is my favorite segment, my favorite show. I do every Tuesday, high noon Hawaiian time, middle of the Pacific Ocean, Hawaii, from the islands. I'm not telling you exactly where. If you know, you know. But it is time for my favorite show, my favorite segment, Backseat Quarterback. Coming at you. Do we got something for just a little something? Backseat Quarterback. That's good. Yeah. What's today? Looks like I got 6 full pages. This is what I do on Sundays. I keep track of all the dumb shit that mostly coaches, but also some player stuff, and for sure the officials who we expect to be perfect, and we put them under a microscope and we put a camera over their shoulder and expect them to make every call. I remember the days when there was no instant replay and they would just say, pass interference, defense, get on the ball. I don't care. And there's going to be makeup calls. Everything's going to even out. Now there's like, I guess it's, you tell me touchdown, I guess. Okay, touchdown. Because I know that the cameras, instant replay is going to look at it. And we're going to go under the hood. We might take up to 3 to 4 to 5 minutes. And it's not incontrovertible evidence if you have to look at something that long. I've been saying it for weeks. Run the ball. Look at the Raiders yesterday. Didn't complete a pass. Second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Didn't complete one pass. Back-to-back defensive touchdowns. 150 yards rushing and win the game without completing one pass. Beavers have done it. Michigan's done it. There's something about running the ball. Sure, you can get 10, 12 yards on a pass, whatever. You get 8, 10, 12 yards running the ball right up the gut. It's demoralizing to the other team, to their defense, to their offense that's on the sideline, their coaching staff. It's like the bully on the block, like you're getting your butt beat in front of everybody. I don't care if you have 400 yards passing. It's just, we gave up yardage passing. When you give up runs, demoralization. Offside offense. That's becoming a weird thing. I don't think I ever heard offside on the offense. I don't remember ever hearing it pretty much ever. Now there's 15 of them this year. It's receivers, it's guards, and even if they're not. And then you look, illegal formation or illegal shift, all that is just so irritating. That's the mental side of the game. That's coaching. You can't, sometimes is the guy really on the line and he's half a yard off the line? Is he considered in the backfield or on the line? Is he really covering up the tight end? It doesn't really matter if there's 7 or 8 or 9 guys. Is that a washed old rule? You ever watch the Canadian Football League? It's kind of cool. They got guys sprinting to the line of scrimmage. There's no illegal motion. Okay. Very first flag. Offsides on the offense. Whoa. Throwing it right in our face. Very first flag. Never heard about this for 30 years or 40 or 50. Very first play. Pittsburgh Steelers. You're up 23 points. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. First down, you have a 6-yard run. Najee Harris dominating the line of scrimmage. Then you go pass, incomplete, and punt. And now there's still 4 minutes left in the third quarter with a 23-point lead. Why even pass again the whole game? You run the ball, you get 1 or 2 first downs, that's 3, 4, 5 minutes off the clock. You take 5 minutes off the clock. Especially you get 6 yards, a second down and 4 with your 4th string quarterback. And he's had a great game, sure, but I don't understand. Run the ball. Pound the table. You run the clock. You demoralize the defense, D-line, getting worn out, and get on the ball and say, set high. Just snap the effing ball. So sick of 4th and 1 and blue 18, lineman, your legs are getting weary. Yeah, okay. Blue 28, come in motion. No, go back. No. Oh, delay a game or false start. On the ball, set hut. Just snap the effing ball. Run the ball. Snap the ball. Don't outthink yourself. When the clock's running down, you're trying to do motion and just get on the ball. And in the second half, just take the 5 yards. You need 3 timeouts when there's 2 minutes left in the game. Or there's 5 minutes left in the game and you need the ball back. You need your 3 timeouts, period. I don't care. Give up a touchdown. $59. Count them. 59 different starting quarterbacks this year. And this is the era of protect the quarterback and don't hit the quarterback and controversial calls. And you can't land all your weight on them. How come they're getting hurt? And back in the day when you could beat their ass and Terry Bradshaw would play 12 years straight and Brett Favre and Joe Montana and guys didn't get hurt. When you could pound the quarterback, nobody's getting hurt. How come when you can't even hardly breathe on them and they're all getting hurt? Talk about irony. George Pickens, he kind of shut up his critics. Of course, I had him on the bench, 50 points, fantasy football. What a game, though. It's just weird. A guy like Mason Rudolph just come in and pew, pew, pew. Bomb. Pushing 400 yards. What do you have? Let's get my stats up here. And for those of you that don't know, Sports Alert right here is the best app. If you want scores, you want play-by-play, you want spreads, over-unders, all that. Just look how easy. Pittsburgh, player stats. 290 and 2 touchdowns, but both the touchdowns. Long bombs. It's just crazy. You never know which guy's going to come in and be great and then be terrible the next day. Speaking of that, way down in my notes, who's good, really? Who's good? Who's bad? Last week, the team that was great, now they're just okay. The team that's okay is terrible. The team that was terrible is pretty good. The pretty good team is now the best team in the league. Who's the MVP? Who's the defensive player of the year? Who's overrated? Who's underrated? Who's real? Who's fugazi? It changes week to week, play to play. The Brock Purdy haters, they're going to be coming out in droves now. He was your Vegas favorite to win MVP. Now he's probably dropped to 5th. 4 INTs. How's this shit happen? You're at home. Pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. Where are we at? This still amazes me. There's the punt, and the guy's at the 10. He drifts back at the 4-yard line. Fair catch. They're catching fair catches at the 4 effing yard line. Like it's so much better than if the ball just takes some miracle bounce and is down at the 1. 70% of those that land at the 4 are going in the end zone. Or they're going to jump back and you'll get it at the 6 or the 10. It's very rarely that the ball hits at the 4 and goes out of bounds, or they down it at the 1. Just when do these unwritten rules change? Plant your feet firmly on the 10-yard line, and if the ball's over your head, you let it go. Every time, and it happens all the time. 3-yard line, fair catch. Oh, it makes a fair catch at the 3-yard line. When it's 70% chance you'll get it at the 20. And 90% chance that you're going to get it at the 1 or 2. Stupid. So I do this show, Backseat Quarterback. And for now, it's just the NFL. But we were thinking, we could, every aspect of life. How you blew it with that girl, or how you blew it at your job, and what you did wrong, or why are we doing construction in Hawaii at noon and rush hour on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you can't get to the airport and you're stuck in traffic 2 hours in a tourist destination, people going to work, and you can't do it from midnight to 6 a.m. because the shearwater birds will fly into the lights. It's kind of like the spotted owl back in the 80s, in the 90s in Oregon. How are you going to build your houses without wood? But the hippies, the spotted owl, the logging. So a bird is more important than humans, basically. How's the Pac-12 just disintegrate? Backseat quarterback. Why is the NFL full of dumbass idiots? Backseat quarterback. Speaking of Washington commodes, nice start. Interception, fumble, punt, and you're down 17-0. And you come back. That's another. The comebacks are getting crazy. You go up 21-0. Why are you changing anything? How do you let a team come all the way back and even win? Come in under control, DBs and linebackers. Nothing worse. Close to a sack, 3rd and 17, and I'm calling him Little Bitch Mahomes, and we'll get into it later. He's proving himself. I've been calling him that for years. Now you know why. But there's nothing worse, and he got the sack, and he somehow Houdini's out of it and goes 18 yards for a first down on 3rd and 17. Or he's rolling, pump fake, and you're all, Don't fall for the pump fakes. Come in under control. Make the solid tackle. I know it's really hard, but it's your job. 4th and goal at the 2. How about kick a field goal once in a while? Just the analytics. Oh, it's what it said. Analytics said. It's a crutch for crappy coaching. This is the broken record hour. I understand that. But it's what I do, and it's the same shit over and over and over and over. Like Damian Pierce can't even get on the field. But he has a 98-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. I didn't even know he returned kicks. I saw a long-time vet. I'm not going to call him out by name. lined up off sides. We haven't figured this out yet. Kadarius Toney cost one of the greatest plays you'll ever see in the history of the NFL. And he cost him because he lined up off sides. He's looking at the ball for 5 seconds before they snap the ball. And he's lined up off sides. And he's looking down the line at the ball. How is a wide receiver? And he never, if you do check, the official would probably give him this, Okay. But he never looks at the official. He's way inside. Happened again yesterday. Lined up off sides, and I think it costs a big play. I don't care. I don't care if you're a fan, if it helps your team or hurts your team or fantasy or whatever. This shit gets old, man. Illegal procedure. This defensive holding, automatic first down. On 3rd and 22, and the play's over here. Incomplete pass, and the guy way over here, and he hits the guy 6 yards downfield. Why does that have to be automatic first down for illegal? How about 5 yards and replay the down? Give it up to Joe Flacco, by the way. Wow. If there's like a third of the season MVP, can he be comeback player and play in 4 games? I think. Carolina's got huge issues. 2 wins, no wonder. They can't get a 4th down and 2. Out of shotgun, under center, up the middle, play action, throw, whatever. They can't get 1 first down on 4th and 2. Period. How you line up offside on a field goal? Same thing. You're looking at the ball. And when they're hard counting and you jump offside and they get a free play, it's just the mental part of it. Just be better. So much could be better. Bijan Robinson, wide open touchdown, but he's just floating. Nobody within 5 yards of him. Presence, awareness, body awareness. Where are you at on the field? He catches it with a foot out of bounds. And stuff like that costs people their fantasy leagues. How's your kicker get hurt? Kicks 2 extra points and he pulls his groin. Pretty rare. Oh, yeah, because he's my kicker. Okay, here's another one. What's a catch again? We're going through that again. 2, 3, 4. Look at him again, and you're just saying that's not a catch. It's incomplete. After review, it's a catch because what Vegas said. Where was the money on that game? Bro, what's a catch? When is a guy down? When do you blow the whistle? Since when can a 300-pound lineman come running full speed and hit the running back in the back? I'm pretty sure it used to be illegal. For sure it was illegal in college. And then you just change the rule to make it okay. Not even the tush push. But when the guy's coming full speed and hit the pile in the back and be pushing the guy. And when do you blow the whistle? By the way, shame on you, NFL. And F you, Peacock Network. I ain't paying $10 a month to watch for something I'm never going to watch just to get 2 games. No, F off. Boycott. Nobody's watching those games. Nobody has Peacock. Nobody wants to pay $10 for Peacock. You can find all that stuff on whatever streaming device you're using. Hold us hostage. Ain't doing it. Ain't doing it, bro. How about that? I think we went through steps. Live chat. I don't know if you guys are having trouble. The live chat part. My friend just said he tried. I don't know. Oh, shout out to my boy Sam Taff. Met him over here. He's going to help me out on some marketing, thumbnails and shorts and editing, and just the guy I need. So, Sam, hopefully you are as as interested and invested in this as it sounds like you are, because I am. I need you. I need you, bro. Yeah, Peacock's going to have a playoff game too. You know how that is. Ain't watching. Bull crap. So should Seattle maybe have stayed with Drew Lock after the 92-yard touchdown drive to beat the Eagles? Go back to Geno not having a great season. I don't know. What's the percentage of flags on kick returns too? And why are they trying to do away with kick returns anyway? It's pretty damn exciting. Is there some kind of stat or schematic that says that a higher proportion of injuries happen on kickoff returns? I don't see it. Doesn't seem like there's very many kick returns that they have to bring the stretcher out. You know? Do away with it. It's, too much injury. Well, it seems like there's way more injuries on other stuff. Sorry, guys. This is one. Love the kid. Yeah. Flags, injuries. Lots of flags, not that many injuries. I say it a lot. I remember Peyton Manning would get pissed. Just, you know what? Just down the damn ball and give it to me at the 20. I know I got to go 80 yards. I don't need 1st and 10 from the 8-yard line. Okay, it's a big difference going 92 yards and going 80 yards. We have a scheme and we have set plays to go 80 yards. We don't have anything to go 92 yards. I used to just that piss me up. Piss me off. There's a QB hit and they're picking up flags. There is no flag on the play when the guy just, that's another one. No flag on the play. Okay, well, the guy's standing right there, the umpire, and he threw the flag. The referee comes over and goes, hey, no, Vegas. Pick it up. Shh, okay. Can we just say Arthur Smith? Enough said. He's going to do just enough, to keep his job. If you're worried about, if you're even talking about fantasy football and you don't like it, the fact that you're even thinking about it, to me, that's pathetic. Hey, Bijan, 12 rushes, 7 catches, should be 25 rushes. Give your stud running back the ball 25 times a game, period. Every game, period. If your quarterback is having issues, if your O-line sucks, run the ball. Set hut. Wee man, so he can be okay. It's looking okay. Wee man, they scored 30 points. 312 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Wee man, I'm talking Bryce Young that they traded up for and gave away the house. One team you feel bad for. At least, the 2 and 15 teams at least are playing for the number 1 pick. Not them, not us. We traded that shit away long ago. Indy D. 3rd and 14, give up a screen pass at Jonnu Smith. 2 missed tackles, 15 yards, first down. It's plays like that early in the game that change the whole complex of the game. You tackle the guy, they're punting, get the ball, you never know. Instead, you're down 7-0 or 10-0. It should be 7-0 and it's your ball at the 20. Instead, it's 14-0 and they're kicking off because you missed 2 tackles. Every single play in the NFL. NBA third quarter, you make or miss a bucket. You don't really think of it in the long run. The NFL, you miss that tackle, they get a first down when it should have been punt time, and then they go score. It means everything. Every single play. They talk the 3 C's. Coach, culture, quarterback with a C. Corter back, quarterback. Culture change is really hard. Ask the Detroit Lions. Ask the Atlanta Falcons. Ask Arizona. It's really hard. Detroit, they're doing a great job, but they'll still lay that egg. And do you really trust them in the big moments? And Jamison Williams, same type of thing as Bijan. Over by the sideline, nobody near you, and you're standing out of bounds when you catch the ball. Awareness, mental. It's so much more coaching than people think, because you get to the NFL, the athletes, there's not a huge difference between the athletes. It's the top 1% of the greatest football players on earth, and you have 53 of them. If they made the NFL, they're not much worse than anybody else. It's about the coaching staff, and it's about confidence and putting them in the right spot, playing to their strengths, playing away from their weaknesses, knowing your team. It's everything. That's why when they get it wrong over and over and over and over and over again, it is so frustrating. How about the Seahawk guy? Could have cost you the game. You're getting blocked, and then the guy pushes you, and then you go back, and penalty on you. It's always a retaliator. Get back to the effing huddle. The retaliator, and but he hit me first. Yeah, but we didn't see that, but we saw you, and that's what's going to happen. Get back to the effing huddle. OBJ too was talking smack after, he got tackled. Come on, bro. You've been questioned. You've been questionable in your past. Not the best decision making. You've ramified that. Ramification. What's the word? You gotten a lot better. Then you pull stuff like that, and people are looking and say, same old crap. Just get back to the effing huddle, and don't effing flip into the effing end zone. Please, ever again. And please hold the ball till you're through the back of the end zone. And none of this, and drop it at the 1. So every time when you score a touchdown now when you're down 14, apparently if you score a touchdown and now you're down 8 with a PAT pending, it's just go for 2 automatic. And to me, I just don't understand it. Just get within 7, then kick the extra point again. Or if you want to go for 2 in your last play, but get within 7 so you have the opportunity. I know extra points are a little longer, but they're back to making 95% of them. And I know it's only 2 yards, and it's 48% of 2-pointers. It's like a 50-50 thing during the meat of the game, but I damn guarantee you when it's the last play of the game, or if there's 2 minutes left and you're down 2, I bet that drops to 30%, 70% fail. No PI here, like the guy just dives at the guy's feet. No PI there, but ticky-tack PI here. What's PI? What's a catch? What's a hold? What's illegal contact? I don't know. Tennessee throwing a 4-yard out when the clock's running. You need a touchdown. How our team's blowing 20, 30-point leads. Lions being the Lions, Jets being the Jets, and they both pull it out. But as the Jets, changing your culture is hard. The longest non-playoff streak in all 4 major sports. 12 or 13, 14 years? Not even made the playoffs? Yeah. Seems like they change the rules week to week. I don't know. Baker coming around. Baker's grown up before our eyes, yeah. Not with the cocky attitude so much, and he's actually pretty cool. Maybe he has a career, rejuvenate his career. If not with Tampa, he's probably earned his place somewhere. Roughing the passer calls. What's roughing the passer these days? What's pass interference these days? It's just so arbitrary. And to me, it's to manipulate the game. Miami 4th and goal from the 5. Just kick a field goal. It's 5 yards. 5 yards is hard. I know you made 5 field goals and you won on a field goal, but might not have come down to that. In like the second quarter, you can kick field goals. Nick Mullins, another 4th quarterback, started for Minnesota. 400 yards passing, but 4 INTs, him and Purdy. It's just the turnover battle. I'm sure it's going to be like 12 of the 16 winners won the turnover battle. Run the ball 50-50, and don't turn the ball over. And that's how you win in the NFL. It's 30-0. You score, you go for 2. Let's go for 2, nilly-willy. I don't know. I remember a time there was no 2-point. There was a game called the 33 game. Everybody throw in $10 and you had a team. And when the final score, they had 33 points, you won the pot. And it would go years. Because when you only had extra points and they hardly ever missed them, whole different deal. Now the longer extra point and the 19 to 12 ain't that big a deal because everybody's going for 2. Who was it? 3rd and 1. They're in the pistol/shotgun. Then you pitch it. The running back gets it 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage on 3rd and 1. What are we doing? Broken record, pull your hair out. Frustration Tuesday with Brother Richie. Live, by the way. Halfway point of the show. Hope you're enjoying the Backseat Quarterback with Brother Richie at Not Pods, YouTube, coming soon. Dallas 1st and goal from the 3. Dak rolls right. Defensive end left unblocked. 11-yard sack on 1st and goal from the 3. Defensive guys line up offsides all the time. When do they call it? Just whenever they like? Or give them the warning that some guys don't get? Just saw Dallas, the most penalized team in the league. Which doesn't really matter because you can lose the penalty battle. Teams that win the penalty battle still only win about 45% of the games. Penalties not as big a deal. Turnovers, everything. Should we do that? Do we have that spot? Oh, yes. The first half of the show has been brought to you by Abriziol. Do not use Abriziol if you're allergic to the ingredients in Abriziol. There's 72 of them, by the way. We're not going to list them all here. Side effects of Abriziol may include elephantitis of the nuts, arachnophobia, celiac disease, liver psoriasis, motor dysfunction, and, of course, death. Once again, Abriziol, have a good day, and you can leave the house. We're going off today. Tuesday, my favorite day of the week. I worked tonight, then I got a few days off. Been crushing it. We did 1,300 dinners at my undisclosed restaurant last night. About the best job I ever had. So if you know, you know. Ask for Richie. Brother Richie, come sit in my section. We'll have a great time. Just not going to say where it is right now. Here's a conundrum. You're on defense. Team tie game, or you're down. I think it was tie game, was a Denver situation. 2:45, you're on defense. It's 3rd and 8. So the other team's probably going to punt, maybe 3rd and 12. 2:45, clock's running, 40 seconds on the play clock. So they could pretty much run it down to the 2-minute warning. I think you don't use a timeout. Is 45 seconds greater than a timeout when you're getting the ball? And then if you don't, and then they do run down to the 2-minute warning and they punt to you with 1:50 left, and who was? Denver, New England had 1 timeout left. 1:50 left at your own 20, tie game. You have to, 100%, you have to run the ball on 1st down. They either have to use their last timeout. You run the clock down to a minute or so, you won't give them the ball back. You go incomplete, you punt to them with 1 minute left. You must run the ball on 1st down. Denver, Sean Payton, Russell Wilson, can't stand each other anyway. So much of this, when you use a timeout, game management, it happens so often. These guys have so much on their minds. Why don't you hire 2 assistant coaches? One is the game manager. One is the clock manager. Assistant clock management, assistant game management. These guys all week pore over every possible instance that could happen. And they go over all these possibilities and say, they figure out exactly what they're going to do with this much time and this and that. And they're in the coach's ear. When the shit goes down, say, this is what we were talking about. Use this. Get more of these. It's the brain. Get more of these that know what the hell they're doing. So when the clock is running at 2:42, coach, it's timeout. Hours upon hours going over game situations. Side by side in the office. And then they're down on the field or they're up in the box, but they got the coach's ear when they need, and they buzz in and say, coach, now's a timeout. Me and Craig been talking about it. Clock manager, game manager. Game manager, 1:50, coach, it's a must run the ball. This is a must. You cannot throw the ball right here on 1st down, okay? Okay, thank you. Third and 4th down, quick snap. They can't, there's no rush. When you go set hut, and even when you're going back to throw the ball, the pass rush, the longer that you sit and the longer that the O-line is in their 3-point stance, the longer you're blue 16, 362, the more steam and the more they're putting their ears back. The D-line. Get on the ball, run or pass, set hut. 3, 5, 7-step drop. You set hut, that pass rush is going to be a half second slower. I don't understand why they can't figure this shit out. One more shotgun on 4th and inches when they take 30 seconds off the play clock, and then the guy jumps and it's illegal procedure. Now it's 4th and 5, which it is anyway because you're in shotgun. So when you snap the ball, it's going to be 4th and 5 where you get the ball anyway, and you give it to an immobile running back that, and then he has to get his momentum going. Instead of putting a fullback and saying set hut, and he's going toward the line of scrimmage at full speed when you hand him the ball. I'm telling you, the TV brick, or just a bunch of old TVs. Raz says he has some monitors. Maybe we'll do some live of me watching the games and throwing bricks through TVs and yelling at the TV like they can hear me. Travis Kelce, what's going on? KC's off. KC's weird, people. I don't understand what's going on in KC. It is not the same. Telling you what. Eagles not the same. Kansas City. Little bitch Mahomes. I've been calling him this for years, but he's proven me right. Now he's pissed off at the officials. Not only that, but his receivers. Now his O-line, he's berating. He's turning into how Dan Marino was at the end of his career. I remember Dan Marino was like every single play, what are you doing? Every single play is like, whoa, bro. Like, you are a Hall of Famer, but I don't need this. You talk to me, I'm a grown man. Dan Marino. Now it's little bitch Mahomes. I'm saying it. Little bitch Curry, little bitch Mahomes. Kelsey not the same. My boy brother Raz, Uncle Raz always talks about. And he was a world-class, great surfer, great tennis player on the top of his game. And then he found his wife. He was so madly in love and just the best times of his life. And, he just didn't surf quite as good. And his tennis game, and he didn't really care if he lost as much. And there's something up with Kelsey, that whole team. But he just looks like a shell of himself. And I think, as Carton said, addicted to the JJ. I'm telling you guys, the Carton show, I think it's like 2 a.m. here. Maybe it's 7 Eastern on Fox. It's turning into my very favorite. Cowherd, see ya. First things first, can't even hear ya. Brew and Nick Wright just yelling at each other. The Carton show, he's hilarious, and drug references and sex references and talking smack, but makes a lot of sense. But yeah, Travis Kelce's just not the same. I'm never going to count out KC. They just might come back and win the Super Bowl. And maybe, I'm sure the odds are really dropped. Maybe it's time to put a 20 spot on them to win the Super Bowl and make a couple hundred. But as of right now, they just somebody funky. That's 5 pages. I got one last page. And then, I don't know. What are we going to do? We'll wrap it up after that. 42 minutes in. This section of the program brought to you by K-Town Tree Services. If you got tree issues, you can try calling, but I'm probably too busy. But one of my best friends, and if I call him for you, he might help you out. Lamar, love Lamar. I love Lamar. I love Lamar. But I shake the shit out of him. Hit the wide open guy, cuz you're MVP and you're great, but you should have another 150 yards. I'm going to tell you, Baltimore is slowly inventing a brand new offensive scheme. It's called buying time. Lamar, now his running is an afterthought. He gets a little pressure, step up in the pocket. Now he's scrambling. He's looking downfield. They're buying 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds. DBs cannot cover receivers that long. Look at it. He had a touchdown. Aguilar is from 10 yards out. He's so wide open in the corner of the end zone. There's not a guy within 7 yards. It's because he had 7 seconds to throw. And he used to be, even his MVP year. And he got a little trouble, tuck the ball and go. Now he's tucking the ball but looking downfield, and it's a brilliant concept. It's brilliant. And I could see more teams adopting this scheme. It's called buying time. Breakfast at Tiffany's scheme. You're buying shit. I don't know. Did you know Justin Tucker's never missed a 28-yard or shorter field goal? 106 for 106. Talk about all-time great. Even he, though, Father Time's catching up with him. He's missed a couple this year that's so surprising. Let's get back to the Raiders real quick. I preach run the ball. Run the ball. Run the ball. I preach it over and over again. The Oakland, LA, Oakland, Las Vegas Traders didn't complete one pass in the second quarter, in the third quarter, in the fourth quarter. Not one pass. Not one pass did they complete in 3 quarters. Had 157 yards rushing, had back-to-back defensive touchdowns, and won the game. They won the game, didn't complete a pass in 3 quarters. And it's not that hard. Make the other team make the mistake. Run the clock, run the ball. I mean, he had 12 or 15 or 19 incompletions in a row. They were trying. But I've said it before, the Beavers won a Civil War a couple years ago, ran the ball 25 straight times. Right down the Ducks' throat. Nothing more demoralizing than when a team can run on you. They can throw for 400 yards, but that's kind of like, we gave up passing yards. It's different. When you give up 200 rushing yards, demoralizing for the whole team. The sideline, the offense is sitting on the sideline, the defense is getting worn, the fan base, especially on the road. You run the ball down their throat on the road. There's nothing like it. Give me an 8-yard rush over a 15-yard pass any day. Kyle Shanahan, I swear, last night against Baltimore, you're throwing the ball 80% of the time. Every time CMC gets the ball at 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, 80 yards, every single time he touches the ball. And I don't think he's had a full season healthy like this in who knows how long, if ever. And you're throwing the ball he's still unproven, Brock Purdy. He's been having a great season, yes. But he's still pretty much, he's a second-year guy. He started 25 games, and you're throwing the ball 80% of the time when your running game's amazing. You got one of the best O-lines, best left tackle in history, average 6 yards a rush, and you're throwing the ball. And you have 4 INTs. And the Baltimore Ravens are just pinning their ears back. And the way the Raiders dominated the KC O-line as well, why aren't they running the ball more? Just crazy, bro. Yeah, the Madden scheme, call it what you want. The bowling ball, Madden, blocking sled, sledgehammer, set hut, set hut, set hut. Demoralizing to the other team in every facet of the game. Just do it. Wreaks havoc on the defense morale. The whole morale of the team that you're playing. If you dominate the line of scrimmage and run the ball down their throat every damn play. You know, we bitch about the officials. They get 90-some% right. It's just the ones they get wrong. It's under a microscope, and I feel bad for them. But, you know, replay is half-ass. Make the call and then have the eye upstairs only if it's like super is obvious. Who's good in this league? Who's bad? Who's the MVP? You know, because the guy that was MVP last week, now he's 5th. The guy that was 3rd is now 1st, but he has a bad game next week. He'll be 3rd. The bad teams get good. The good team's great. And then the great team's okay. And then they're shitty week to week, play to play. It's a topsy-turvy world in the NFL. That's why we love it. You never know when the official is going to make that call to break your heart. And as much as that sucks, we love that too. By the way, I hate delay a game, illegal motion, formation, illegal contact. Hate the shit. I guess it's necessary evil. Just last thing. Lamar Jackson, your MVP right now. For one thing, his ball handling skills are phenomenal, like Peyton Manning-esque, Brett Favre. There's plays, I don't know who has the ball when he's the RPO, and the camera follows him, and there goes Gus Edwards. Or the camera follows Gus, and there goes Lamar. So that's very impressive to me. When I don't know, I know the defense doesn't know. But even more impressive, and realize this, the Baltimore Ravens didn't want to pay him. They told him, go find a trade partner. We don't want you. Basically, he told him, we don't want you. We'll pay you half what you want. He doesn't have an agent. He represented himself. He got the bag with his mom and himself. That's damn impressive, people. That would be like business suicide. You don't have an agent? Are you kidding me? He said, I'm doing it my way. Him and his mom. And they sure did. That's a high five Kitty moment. High five, Kitty. And finally, nobody likes to hear about fantasy football guy. But I was down like 50 points, and I had a couple guys, and I was playing against Brock Purdy, and he got 1.05 points. So sorry, Kurth. Brand new papa with his 3-week-old baby at home trying to win fantasy. And I said, nah, not this time. Me and my 6-year-old. Sorry, Kurth, you got Richie, because that happens to me all the time. Maybe the tide's changing. Then I pulled out another miracle on the pick'em pool. I went KC. I was down 1. I went KC, Philly, but everybody had KC, Philly, and then I went Baltimore. Then I picked 52, me and my boy Sam. We split the pot. 4 wins this year after going 4 years without hitting it once. And I run the pool, and it's online. People are going to start thinking I'm cheating or something. But I'm having a good run. It adds credibility to this show, though. I've won a pick'em pool 4 times this year out of 28-person pick the winner pool. And you can change your Monday Night Football up to kickoff. So, like 3 guys have 12 wins and you have 11, you go the underdog. Or you go the underdog when you have 12 and you know the other 3 are going to pick the favorite, and you just go for the all or nothing walk off. Bat flip. Drop the mic. We're out. That's how I won when I picked Cincy over Jacksonville 3 weeks ago. When Jacksonville was on the way to 4 losses in a row, and looks like we don't even practice. Says Golden Boy, Trevor Lawrence. He admitted that sometimes it looked like we don't even practice. Kind of want to pull that up. There's some issues in the locker room when that's what you're coming out. Looks like we don't practice. Dude. Kavika got me. Get out of here. Kavika got me good. Anyway, we'll edit this out. I got my boy, Brother Sam. This is for you. Brother Raz, guys that watch, Chris Spa. Hopefully Sean, Todd Steele here and there. All my boys. And know this, we're smarter than half the NFL. We would do things different. And I have the credentials to back it up. Been doing this a long time. 55 minutes in, I'm going to call it a day. Love you guys. Brother Richie, live from the middle of the Pacific Ocean at Not Pods on my YouTube channel. Probably start going live. Might get some TikTok going soon. Pushing my way to, Brother Sam says we can have 10,000 followers maybe by early next year. So come post NFL too. I'm going to probably concentrate a little more on the Oregon State Beavers, all their programs, and the Blazers. Maybe take that under my wing. while they suck. Then if they do get good, it's like I was always there. So join me for that. But for now, it's NFL all the time. Love you guys. You know the whole spiel. Let's be better. Forgive and forget. Love one another. Love yourself. Swallow the hate and give back love. And there's less hate in the world, and be the bigger person. And it's can be really hard, but let's just all try. I'm trying. I love you, love you, love you. You're cool. F you. You're cool. I'm out. Ahui ho. And aloha.